Hello everyone and welcome back to another Universe Sandbox video, and today we're going to be doing another episode of evolving a custom solar system from birth to death. So if you've not seen the previous episodes of this system, make sure to go ahead and check those out first. This is part 3 of this system now, and without further ado, we're going to hop straight into this. So it's been about 2 weeks since we last did one of these episodes. Apologies for the delay, but if you remember, our young star Rigel here ain't so young no more, and it is now evolving outwards into our solar system. And with the turmoil in the inner solar system of high temperatures, there's also turmoil in the outer solar system as our dominant gas giant is causing absolute chaos. The brown dwarf as well, also causing trouble out here. And orbits, especially the ice giants, we have seen a lot of problems with ice giants not being able to hold into their orbits properly. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this rolling, because we know there's going to be trouble. Keep an eye on those orbits. The gas are brown. We've got BB here. I think that's our dominant gas giant, isn't it? The blue one there. We've got WASP 6b as well. Also a pretty heavy mass object there. So we're going to see what sort of chaos unfolds with our star evolving at the same time. So it's going to make things pretty wild. Rigel here. What level are we looking at? 174 luminosity on it. So not good. It's getting bigger. And the size-wise, radius, mass... Well, mass stays the same. Radius is at 11 suns now, so things are getting pretty extreme. But we're going to ramp the heat up today for sure. We can already see orbits are changing as well. So let's see what happens here. So here we are. Let's continue rolling the system. Gas are brown, already causing orbits to be bent and buckled beyond belief. I mean, oh dear. So this world here, one of the dwarf objects, it's crazy, you know, it's still holding on here, that brown dwarf in there, 'cause that's really caused a lot of chaos. But I believe I said last episode, but I think today, to increase turmoil levels, we're going to make the brown dwarf migrate inwards into the solar system a bit. Or into the system, I should say. So, I think we're going to do it because it makes things a lot more interesting. So, brown dwarf, for an unknown reason, kind of like the theoretical early due to their own solar system, the brown dwarf orbit is going to decrease a bit. And we are going to lower the orbit downwards. So it's going to slowly shrink in a bit into the world of darkness orbit. There. So, unknown reasons, the brown dwarf has migrated inwards. Now we're going to see what effect this is going to have, because it's going to pull a lot more objects in the local region out. So the objects further out, like this object here, they may be okay now since the brown dwarf is a little further away. So we're going to see now, if we speed up time, we're going to save as well, because we know this could have a lot of consequences very fast with migrating an object that massive inwards. Let's see what chaos the brown dwarf causes now. It's going to rip that Enfer orbit up for sure. The ice giant orbits are going to get torn to shreds now. Here we go. You can already see that this isn't going to end well for a lot of these objects. So let's continue rolling here. Oh yeah, watch that brown dwarf keep going around. Maybe we need to put it in the same orbit as the dominant gas giant and see what happens, because that could be a pretty crazy show. But here we go, brown dwarf ripping orbits up. Look at that. Dear oh dear, that is it's a huge load of mass we've just thrown in there that's migrated inwards. So, oh dear. It could bounce objects off the dominant gas giant as well with the brown dwarf in there. We will have to see what sort of trouble unfolds here. I'm surprised that dark blue orbit hasn't had a change yet. I reckon it will eventually, but we'll have to wait and see for the brown dwarf to get in the correct position to do it. Because it's going to grab it eventually, it's got to. All it needs to do is get in the wrong place as an ander, this object ander here, and then we're going to see how quick that ander object changes, because that orbit is not going to last with the brown dwarf in that region here. Look, you can see its orbit's already pretty bent, so it may be a little more okay from the brown dwarf, depends on where it is. Its orbit has been absolutely destroyed there, look at that. And Emperor as well, the other ice giant. So the ice giants have had a really bad run in this system, and they've not been able to have their own orbits. They just keep getting bent and bashed around by the dominant gas giant or the brown dwarf. So, not good. It's going inwards to the inner system. So how are we doing here? I believe a lot of the objects are just glowing hot now. You can see them as well. Not good. The hottest world here. Dearie me, that is a humongous... Oh, yeah. Look at the state of that. That is a massive, humongous melting patch there. Second world out in Nixus, that's obviously burning hot. Got this one as well, a toy. I mean, everyone here is pretty much just done for, aren't they? Look, this one's a little cooler, 400. Pascal here, that was a former Earthlight world, that's gone. World of Light, 600. Next word out. That one's just a rock. Giffer on here. There was also one more candidate. This one here. This one's effectively hatchable for the time being, but not very good conditions anyway. It never contained a lot of water anyway. It's mainly just a world of dirt and dust. Sand and dirt. That's roughly what the world of earth and dirt is. So not much life on there anyway. Maybe a potential life world currently, but not much. Then we got this one here. But I think the world we're looking at is weather, which is currently in its heyday. It's currently in the light. It's in the sun. 4 degrees. It's actually pretty nice right now. 4 degrees average. Not too shabby. Hottest point is 18, so a great place to be right now. The weather on it is pretty wild though, hence it being called the world of weather. So, pretty cool, but it is hanging on in there. Then we've also got this blue one here as well. This one is at 966, so the water world. I'm guessing it had a very high greenhouse effect. This was an ocean ball at one point, so not good. We've got Oropos here as well. That world's pretty cold. But the world of weather, the only world in the system that has life potential. And how long is that going to last? Because as soon as Rigel evolves again, I don't know if the world of weather is going to like this. So, speaking of that, Rigel, it's time for the next evolution stage. So, luminosity, we're going to double straight away. Radius, we're going to double that as well. So, Rigel getting bigger, more menacing, monstrous, straight away. Not looking good for the world of weather here. And we're going to immediately see that trouble is about to unfold on the world of weather here. We're going to press play. We're going to see what happens. And we look at that temperature, it's about to skyrocket. I'm guessing it's in the green. It's still in the green. But it's a lot closer to the red now. So we're going to see how the world of weather handles this. Because it's not going to be too good. Let's slow up, speed up time. Let's see what happens. So it should be able to hold on. As long as it doesn't go higher than 50, it should be able to fairly be alright. But we will see. So let's continue. God knows what's going on in the outer solar system right now. The brown dwarf could cause all chaos while we're not looking at it. But let's continue. 45, it's going into the 50s now, so not really the good temperature anymore. I don't think it's going to have that blue much longer. I think that's going to fade off a bit more of a white clouded world. And wait till that water starts evaporating. I'm surprised the North Pole's still there. I don't think that should really be there at this point. We're going to remove that, hide them. 78 degrees, still warming up, but yeah, not looking too good for the world of weather now, is it? Yes, on the very border of the red, isn't it? Oh. As for the inner system now, I don't think that's going to be looking too great at all, is it? Got the other ice giant here, the Giga world. It's even the gas giant says this is the outer solar system at this point. Pretty crazy stuff. Okay. Let's really speed things up though. Let's see how high it goes. You can see it's gone more in the red now. I'm guessing its carbon dioxide has obviously gone a little more crazy. The water's evaporated, so that's increased the carbon dioxide. Therefore, it was in the green, but it's actually just gone into the red now because the planet's own greenhouse effect has increased. So the world of weather, definitely no longer a habitable world at this point. That has lost everything it would have had. Still got a few patches of water in it, but I don't think that's really going to save it. Yeah, you can see it. This world used to have a lot more water than that, so I don't think that's going to be looking too good. I think it's going to have more of an atmosphere like this now, isn't it? Pretty filled up. Clouds are already on max. Double storm as well. So a horrific looking world. That world of weather. Not good. As for the worlds more inwards, a few rock ones here, but you know, other than these, the world of earth and dirt, 157. So that's the world of weather. It's only a little bit colder than that. World of light, 830 Pascal. I'm guessing you're pretty hot. 696 there on the former green Earth-like world. Never as for everyone else who are closer. Oh dear. Oh yeah. Oh, scorching hot over here. What is this? This is going to be the first world to be engulfed though, but you can see not looking too great. I think at this point as well, I'm guessing maybe its orbit eventually just stops and it will tidally lock itself to the star now. So tidally locked. So the same face will always face the star now. Extra increase on temperature. So we're going to see the scorching face here. As one side gets scorched, the other side doesn't, and will cool down a bit. So there you go. So after a long period of time, its orbit or its rotation is locked onto the star now. Therefore, no more proper orbit or no more proper rotation period. So one side is scorching, the other side is cooling. Average temperature is cooling because of this though, but that's not really going to help its main face. there, so not looking too good. Right, zooming out though. Outer solar system, let's continue to evolve out here as well. Need to let things run. Let's go up to high speed here. See if that brown dwarf causes more turmoil. Maybe it needs to migrate a little more inwards as well. I want to see what happens if it gets close to the dominant gas giant, because that could tear a hole in this system very fast. So let's see the brown dwarf. I'm surprised that no one's been ejected. I would have thought someone would have gone by now, orbiting like the brown dwarf there, but the brown dwarf seems to be holding everyone fairly well in square, actually, hold them in shape. Very interesting stuff there. You would have thought it would have kicked some stuff out. So maybe the brown dwarf needs a little more encouragement. So we're going to slow things down. Brown dwarf is going to further migrate inwards. We're going to lower that orbit down, and now it is entering the more middle region of the outer solar system, so it's getting closer to the dominant gas giant here. I don't know if they're going to have an interaction. We're going to see now. They are going close together, but it looks like they're okay. But all those other dwarf planets in the region, though, it's not going to be looking too good for those. Let's continue speeding up now. So the brown dwarf has migrated inwards. I don't know if we want to migrate it further, but oh dear. This orbit is kind of just dropped over a long period of time for an unexplained reason. But yeah, like the theoretical early Jupiter and Saturn did in our own solar system. Jupiter and Saturn migrated inwards to the sun, then they bounced off each other, pushing them to their current positions. That's roughly the theory of what happened. But we will see. We'll probably never know the answer to that, but it's a theory. So we're going to use that theory in this system here. Oh dear, someone's orbit's been bashed out. That's one of the ice giants. One of the inner ice giants as well. So the dominant gas giant and the brown dwarf at the same time pulling on those objects. That's not going to be too good for this world here. So let's go, it is there. So its orbit used to be in this region, but you can see its orbit is getting pretty slung out. I reckon this could get fully tossed out if it gets the wrong point. Wrong end of the stick, it could get tossed out completely. We will see. Oh, that orbit's slinging by there. Look at the speed change. Look at the speed here. It goes all the way up to almost 30 kilometers a second there on its higher speed rotation. Yeah. Dear, oh dear. That's not looking too promising for you, is it? Ooh, brutal stuff. Because its orbit is still hanging on in there. But the brown dwarf is not going to take no prisoners, and I don't think it is. It's going to throw someone out eventually. There's no way it doesn't. Right in that busy orbit region. Oh. Look at that go. Yeah, that is brutal. All it takes is for one wrong move from someone, and that is getting thrown out. Remember, this was all these orbits were spherical at one point, but look at the state of that. That is not looking too good. Let's slow down time again, though. But again, the brown dwarf is going to further migrate inwards. It's now under the 300-year mark as it does migrate. Now, we're going to plop it there. So it's roughly in line with the dominant gas giant's orbit now. They should be able to interact with each other at this range. Let's see what happens as the dominant goes by. The brown dwarf, this is the two titans clashing here. What's going to happen? They're close. Oh, the dominant gas giant's getting bent because remember, this only has 7 Jupiter masses. Brown dwarf has 50. So the dominant gas giant will not be able to hold on against that brown dwarf for long. The wrong place at the wrong time, and that is getting the dominant gas giant is going to get bent and buckled as well. So we're going to see here. Keep an eye on that BB planet there. Oh yeah, dominant gas giant slung out immediately by the brown dwarf's superior power. So now the dominant gas giant's got an inclined orbit. So if the dominant gas giant's getting slung around, the dominant gas giant could now sling out more objects in the further out region. So that big mass is just getting. Whew. We're seeing a lot of Sedna-like orbits now generated by the brown dwarf. We're not going to migrate it any further. I think that's far enough. Let's say that the interaction with the dominant gas giant has now stopped it from migrating, so it's now holding its position there. But the dominant gas giant is still going to definitely cause some chaos. It's not going to give up. It's still trying to sling in a bit. But again, that dominant gas giant will also affect the orbits as well as the brown dwarf because it has got a lot more mass than everyone else as well. If we go on the scale here, if we go to mass, obviously the star's the king, but if we look here, dominant gas giant is still a lot more powerful than the Giga planet. Giga's still pretty well. We haven't seen Giga hasn't really done much for most of the system. It's just been its own orbit, just chilling, very stable orbit. But everything further out than Giga has had a very bad time. WASP 6b, this one has also got decent mass. There's the BB planet though. Now the dominant gas giant is getting in that orbit of the WASP 6b. If it has an interaction with WASP 6b, that's also going to have sling out some stuff. So, let's look back onto the star. There you go. Okay. Let's see if the dominant gas giant can sling itself in when that WASP 6b is there, because that will definitely have some sort of interaction if they get in the right spot. Let's keep an eye on that red orbit as well, because we could see a change there over a long period of time. Oh, this is great stuff though. The orbits in this system in particular has been a very good... That brown dwarf has given us a lot of good fun and a lot of action. Let's continue go at high speed here as best we can. Oh, it is crazy. I mean, oh dear. So that Avaka world, this was actually the closest of the ice giants. It's now the furthest due to the orbit's chaos there. So you can see it, the dominant gas giant is still trying to hold on in there, isn't he? Oh, he's gone! He is gone! And we've lost a world of weather! That was a former habitable world. That is gone. Affected probably by the interaction of the dominant gas giant there. It's been slung out. It is out. It is gone. A world formerly, a former Earth-like condition world, that is gone. We've also lost the dominant gas giant in the same interaction there. So something obviously clearly happened, and we can see it. The Giga world was involved. That one has also been involved. Its orbit has been bent and slammed as well. So obviously there was an interaction with multiple objects at the same time there, which has gone into the inner system. It's thrown the world of weather out. The Giga planet has had some bounced off someone's orbit as well. WASP 6b seems to be okay. So obviously something happened between the dominant gas giant and Giga here, and that interaction has slung out the world of weather. And that's gone. That is completely out. Deleted. And the BB, again, dominant gas giant is gone. Destroyed. Knocked out. So the brown dwarf, see, it caused a chain reaction there. It slung the dominant gas giant further inwards, and that has bounced off the Giga planet, and that has now slung them out. So now inner solar system objects are now in turmoil. The Giga here is now flying in the inner solar system, and that is now going to ruin the inner solar system's orbits, which have been very stable up to this point. So it's absolute turmoil. Look at that gas giant orbit slinging in here towards the star, causing absolute chaos and havoc as it flies by Rigel at close range. And it's going to rip those inner planet orbits. So you can see here, this was an inner planet, not anymore. It's now an outer planet. Deary dear. Look at the state of that system now. Look at the orbits here. Absolutely crazy stuff. And while that's all going on, Rigel needs to needs to evolve once more. So we're also going to buff it up. Let's increase its temperature up. It needs to be holler as well, I'm guessing. Luminosity, we're going to double that straight away. Size, again, we're going to make you bigger as well. Make Rigel a proper monster now. And things are getting pretty blue. But eventually, once it goes to peak blue, I think it's going to go red, isn't it? So let's leave it a little on the blue scale, make it look pretty cool. So we don't really do blue stars often, so it's nice to see Rigel taking the throne here. Its temperature's dropping because we made it bigger, but oh dear. So maybe it is starting to go red there. Maybe it's losing the blue phase. Maybe it is going to go more red now. So Rigel, there you go. No more blue. So, Rigel. Oh. It's now 0.2 AU, isn't it? So that's a pretty big deal at this point. Let's throw a save in, because once you start going to the 0.2 A or into the AUs in size, that's where things get buggy. So we have to watch out. Big stars in the game when they're running and not your friend. Let's go. Look at the world of water. Dear me, that's a scorched world, isn't it? The Giga planet. That's one to keep an eye on now. That world has been slung in there by previous interactions. So there you go. Keep an eye on that green orbit as well. That's not looking too great. Maximum speed. I'm sure someone could get ejected at any point as well. We will see. But it's absolute turmoil, chaos, absolute chaos, and it's exactly what we want to see. At proper action. So there we go. If that won't earn your likes, I don't know what will. So make sure to like this video right now, everybody, because this is turning out to be really one of the best ones we've done of these custom systems of evolutions. Because, oh my god, what chaos! Just merging that brown dwarf in has caused absolute craziness, absolute turmoil in the inner solar system as well as the outer solar system. The inner solar system's had a beating from that Giga planet slinging in there, causing trouble. It's going to try and grab some of those worlds. I'm guessing it's not as powerful as the other gas giants, but it's still a pretty decent 6.9 Jupiter masses of objects there. So, pretty wild stuff. Absolutely crazy. Right. Again, let's continue letting the system change. You can see, yeah, some of the worlds are a little more calm now since the brown dwarf has moved inwards. So maybe the orbit's a little more alright for the time being. The brown dwarf is still ripping things around though, anything that goes near it. You see the orbits are still getting bent around by the brown gasser there, but not good. Not good at all for them. Right, let's see. We've got the blue world coming in. It's going to have a little sling by. Its orbit still hanging on in there. The Avaka planet there. Oh, brutal. Banded here. This world used to get bounced around, but it seems to be doing okay now. It's further away from the action zone. The action zone is probably sort of this region here, in between Giga and the Gassa Brown. What's 6B? I don't know how this world has managed to just stay there without really moving. It's just chilling. Hasn't had any big interactions. Maybe it was involved in the ejection of those 2 planets earlier, but the Giga planet definitely was. You can see it definitely bounced off something to get its orbit ending up there. So, not too good at all. Oh, some orbits getting slung around and fixed up as well. Pretty wild. Star itself, again, I think before we make it bigger again, we're going to make the luminosity just more crazy. So we're going to double that up again. Rigel getting proper nasty here. So that inner system is just going to get absolutely scorched to death here before even being consumed by the star eventually. So, I mean, let's look at the state of this. I mean, oh yeah, 1,000 degrees on the front face. I mean, 2,600 on your tidally locked face there. Look at the state of that. That is just a huge zone there. 2,100 is an average on this guy, Anixus here, so that is not looking great either. Third planet out, 1,800. Fourth planet, the blue one here, so I think this was once a potential life world, but yeah, not anymore. Got Toy here as well, that was always a hot rock. Monas here, I think that was a habitable world. Pascal again, habitable world at one point. The world of light, I think that was habitable at one point. We lost the world of weather, that's gone. The world of earth and dirt is still at 400. That was probably the last place that life could have been, really. And then further than that, it's all just rocks. All just dwarf worlds out here, nothing of interest in the gas worlds, so not too great for those guys. But there we are, we'll continue evolving as we see that star scorch everyone. But yeah, as we'll finish up today's episode here, guys, so we're going to go on to a part 4 for the finale of this system, so definitely stay tuned for that, hopefully coming out next week. Yeah, it should be fun. Yeah, next week. That will be it next week. So stay tuned for that. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. How did you enjoy the brown dwarf just causing chaos and the dominant gas giant? That was a big shock getting slung out completely there. I wasn't expecting it to completely go, but there you go. That is the rules of the game. That is the trick of the game. So someone's got to go. Pretty much is the probably the word you get from this. Someone has got to go. You're not all going to survive with the brown dwarf slinging in there. But there we go. So if you enjoyed this, let's see if we can go for 250 likes on today's video, guys. And also subscribe for more. Help us on the journey to 40,000. But with that all said and done, everyone, make sure you have a great day. Stay safe out there. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.